Hey guys, this is Jonathan with MCS, and today I have a video for you on the Bolt and Blizzard lock bolt installation guide. It's pretty easy. We're going to go through, I'm just going to kind of show you exactly how to do it. The only thing you have to pay attention to is the small parts, and you can't really see here, but there's actually a small spring right there at the bottom. It's very important that you don't open this in excitement and spill the parts all over the ground, because I guarantee you probably will not be able to find this spring. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so I have the right side Blizzard shell, which is the side in which the lock bolt on the Bolt and the Blizzard both get installed. So that's all you need, and you need to completely disassemble it. It's the easiest way to do it. So I have all my parts here to the right hand side of me, so you can see. But in your lock bolt kit, you're going to have this little bag, and it's going to have a pin, and it's also going to have a spring, a very small spring. You can barely see it in my hands. Let me actually just put the pin through it here. So you can see it there. It's a very, very, very small spring. And at the end of the spring, there's actually a circular loop that's actually bent out. That is completely normal in the way that it's supposed to be. And I'm going to tell you why here once we install it. And then, of course, your lock bolt. Now, the thing that's different to the Blizzard and lock bolt compared to the Vortex and the Hurricane and even the 468 is this lock bolt is able to be turned on and off. So this position you see is in the off position, and then this position is in the on position, which is a pretty cool thing that KT designed to kind of allow a little bit of free reign. Now, for those of you that don't know what the lock bolt is, the lock bolt is essentially our mechanical eye. And what this does is that it does not allow the bolt, which is, here's my bolt, to actually penetrate through the chamber and fire or dry fire without a projectile properly engaging it. So what this does is it sits in the chamber, and as there's no projectile, it bends in. So when the bolt is someone tries to fire the marker, the bolt hits it and makes a clicking noise. That's actually, like I said, it's a safety mechanism as well as a mechanical anti-chop bolt that allows, if a projectile is not properly seated into the breech or is deformed or misshapen and any of that, so it allows for misfires. Doesn't allow for misfires and doesn't allow you to shoot poorly or low quality paint without it properly being engaged. So it's a safety thing as well as a benefit for you in the field, especially for those of you that run the Blizzard with the response triggers or E-trigger, even that with the Bolt or the Vortex. It enables you to have a little bit more confidence on your side when you're using lower quality paint, even field paint. So it does help with that. So go ahead and teach you how to install. So I like to have a complete, empty shell. That way I don't lose anything. What I like to do is you're going to take the lock bolt, okay, and you're going to need to be very careful because, like I said, this spring is so stinking small. And if you lose it, you're going to have to probably contact me for another one. So what I like to do is there's a hole here on the lock bolt itself, and the spring, like I told you, has that little, let me see if I can get that there for you so you can see it. You can kind of see it there. It has that little loop that's bent out. That little loop in the hole actually needs to be facing downwards. So when you put the lock bolt spring in there, it actually will set, and you can see it here. See how I have that loop facing downward? That is exactly how you want it. So from that point, you want to be very, very careful. You'll go ahead and insert from the outside in. Okay. And then I will go ahead and, whoops. So like I said, you want to be very careful here that you don't put any extra added pressure on that. Once I have it lined up with the chamber, can't go in from the outside. It can only go a certain length. Then you take your pin, and there is 3 striations of the pin that you can't really see on camera here, but there are 3 cuts or slits in the pin. The one that has the longer no slit area, which is this bottom part here, goes in first through the hole in the body chamber, which is right in here. Okay, so it fits right in there. You want to line that up with the lock bolt, and it will go in there. Just takes a second because you're dealing with really small pieces, and if you got big hands like me, it's even worse. So if you need be, you can take a small Allen key and go ahead and try to push this through. Let's see here. I got it almost all the way. All right, there we go. Perfect. So, as you can see, I've now got it all the way through the chamber. It opens well, it has a spring there. You can see that it's spring loaded back into the chamber. So the reason for, just to show you, the reason for that notch on the spring to be bent down, it actually catches the body shell here to allow it to be spring loaded. So this is the on position, which you can see it is in the chamber. So that's what I was talking about. Once the round comes in from the magazine here and it engages this lock bolt, you see how it pushes it back? Now the round takes up the full 360 degree of the chamber and will allow the bolt to move freely through the breech and fire the projectile. If it is not engaged, say the magazine is misfeeding or the projectile is broken or it doesn't fit right, look at how it doesn't engage it. That bolt's just going to hit that lock bolt and it's going to lock it out to not allow this poorly shapen or damaged round to be fired, causing a break. So all you would have to do is release the magazine and let that round fall off and you'd be good to go. So this is the on position. This is like how most of the people would want to use it. Let's say you want to turn it off. You'll turn it outside and flip the dial like that, and that will allow the breech to open up completely like you see here. Now it's in the off, you can dry fire it, etc. Anytime you want. Other than that, that is how you install the Blizzard bolt and Blizzard bolt lock bolt. It's kind of a tongue twister, but it's pretty simple. It's going to be the same configuration with your bolt. The only difference obviously would be the barrel nut that you have to remove here. But other than that, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the installation, you can always contact us via the mcsus.com website. You can send me an email directly, or you can call in and we'll walk you through it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys out on the field.